Sydney, Australia once boasted one of the world's greatest tramway networks. It had a street distance of nearly 300 kilometres and operated over 1,500 trams. Passenger numbers peaked in 1946, but by 1961, the whole network was gone. So what happened to one of the world's greatest tramway networks? This series looks back at its history, where it went, its interesting features, and what's remaining today. I'm Marty, and welcome to BackTracks. The Manly system had three main lines. The first line to open, and the longest of the network, was the Narrabeen line. The Narrabeen line ran for nearly 13 kilometres from Manly Wharf, for most of its route travelling along Pittwater Road, running through the suburbs of North Manly, Brookvale, Dee Why, Longreef, Collaroy, and eventually ending at Narrabeen. The line opened in February 1903 with a steam tram line which ran between Manly Wharf and the south side of Curl Lagoon near Curl Park. And just before the terminus at Curl Park was the Manly Tram Depot. It operated right through the entire 36 years of the Manly system, firstly as a steam tram depot, then as an electric tram depot until 1939. It's a building with a heap of history because it was a tram depot, then a bus depot, then it became a car yard, and today it's the site of a Harris Farm supermarket. I think it's worth doing a video on this another time. After 8 years, the line was then extended across Curl Lagoon, now known as Manly Lagoon, to Brookvale in January 1911, terminating with a loop at Pittwater and Winbourne Roads, just before the present-day Brookvale Oval. The line was then extended for a third time, this time to Collaroy Beach in 1912. Running through the suburbs of Dee Why, and then to Longreef in its own reservation, which are now the southbound lanes of Pittwater Road. On approach to Collaroy, it then did a sweep to the left-hand side of the road and terminated opposite the amusement halls. The amusement hall is still there. It now has the Collaroy Beach Hotel and the Beach Club Collaroy inside. The fourth and final extension to the Narrabeen line was from Collaroy to Narrabeen. It opened in December 1913 and ran in effect in its own reservation all the way through to Narrabeen, basically a straight line along Pittwater Road. One pretty special thing about the Narrabeen line is there's actually still a tram there. It resides inside the aptly named Tram Shed Cafe Narrabeen. But the curious fact about this tram is that while the tram is displaying Manly system destinations, this R-Class tram never actually ran on the Manly system. It only ever ran on the North Sydney system between 1933 and June 1958. The line itself ended just north of the cafe, which was just short of the southern side of the Narrabeen Lagoon Bridge. When the line opened in 1917, services terminated at the waiting room, which is the current B-Line Narrabeen stop. And in July 1923, trams continued carrying passengers a short distance further to terminate at Waterloo Street, which is now Berry Reserve, a small park between Pittwater Road and the edge of Narrabeen Lagoon. Well, there you have it, another BackTracks tale from the Sydney tramway system. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you next time when we take another look at another line on the Sydney tramway system.